Yo, what's good? This is another video in the 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 category of the laid off lawyer. Just to give a recap, your boy was gainfully employed, and I've been gainfully employed for a long ass time. But the last position I took was a term position that was coming to an end, and that end is near. So your boy is technically or was technically out of a job. The last day of my job was on August 5th for about a month till up about September 6th, which is relatively recently. Well, maybe not the 6th, but for the rest of the month of August, I just kind of, gainfully browsed the employment section and just marinated at home, worked on some things and some projects. But I did get a job in the private sector. So we're going to dive in and talk about it. If you're new to the channel, Marcus, the debt free dad, where we're talking finances, financial takes, topics, current events, attorney reactions, all the stuff in between. We try to tie it into the money, but sometimes it can get a little wild over here. So if you haven't, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can get out to more people. So before brother became gainfully unemployed, what did I do? Of course, y'all know if y'all watch the channel, I made sure to stack up the emergency fund. At one point, we were speedballing towards paying off a student loan. But then as the job time frame was winding down, we said, you know what? Let's pump our brakes on paying off the student loan and stack some ends up. So we stacked those ends up. The job came to an end. And so far, it's been about 4 weeks before I was able to find a position. In that 4 weeks, I was fortunate where I really haven't had to use any monies in my emergency fund. Well, how come? Because you have a last paycheck. We had a little bit of money stashed away that was non-emergency fund money. So, things just kind of been working itself out. And, hey, I got my 2 or 3 weeks worth of unemployment. It was like 300 and I don't know, $80 or something after taxes. But hey, I paid it, so I was going to get it. Now, one of the things that we decided to do was, you know what, during this time, let's reduce our expenses. So some of the things that we had that were a little bit of a privilege or luxury, we kind of get was. One of the most important was probably being the cleaning lady. Our cleaning lady that took my wife so long for her to talk me into. Hey, we can't spend the money on that right now until things shape up. But we made efforts to reduce our costs so we didn't have as much money going out. Now, in the interim, hey, I've been down this road before. Typically, what I'll do is find some contract work in the private sector. Now, contract work in the private sector is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it can pay more than what I was making at my job. Sometimes it can pay less. Generally, I don't really care if it's more or less because I know that those positions are temporary positions. My ultimate goal when it comes to, hey, your boy got a pink slip, what do I want to happen? I just want to have enough income from contract work just to make sure we can pay the essentials. The ultimate goal for me is, hey, if I stack up my emergency fund when I'm working, if I lose a job, I want to be able to get a job to where I can actually pay all of the bills and hopefully not have to touch the money in the emergency fund. So when I do get the job that I want or the job that I'm looking for, the job that pays me what I'm looking to get paid, I don't have to start from scratch with building that emergency fund up. Because the emergency fund is there for a stash, but it's a pain in the ass if you have to build it up from zero. And I definitely don't want to do that. One of the important things is that's why we always made an effort to live off of less than what we make. So I was able to get a contract position. That contract position probably paid 70% of what I was making as a temporary position. But fortunate for us, we can live off 70% of what my old income is. So right now, we haven't spent anything with regard to our emergency fund. So far, so good on that. Now, your boy got a job offer, and I'll probably be getting the second job offer, but there's a little bit of caveat. Now, I can't disclose where these offers are from, but one, I got a tentative offer where they say, hey, we want to hire you. It was an interview I talked about where it was really short. It was a 30-minute interview with 3 people. I literally had the time to ask one question. I felt good about the interview, but I didn't feel good about the interview because it was only 30 minutes. Like, I feel like I need a good 45 minutes to make a personal connection so you can see this winning personality. But it was 30 minutes, but it went well. They called my references. I went in to meet with the chief counsel, and on the way out, they were like, hey, we want to offer you the job. A few hours later, I got a tentative offer via email. So, hey, that's great. It's a comparable salary to what I was making at the old job. So that's great. So it worked out well. Had a job, lost a job, unemployed for a month, got a temporary position that I'm in now. Pays a little bit less, but is enough to pay our essential bills. We didn't have to use anything in our emergency fund, and I got a tentative job offer.